It's your friendly neighborhood homie Cage, man. What's happening? Listen, um, this past weekend, um, I had a real bad situation happen. Um, I deal with, diagnosed with depression, anxiety, PTSD that I've been dealing with for about 10 years now. I watched my best friend kill himself. He died in my arms, and I've been dealing with it for the last 10 years. Um, so I have these episodes where I black out and don't know what's going on. But it's never gotten bad to where it got last Saturday, where my friends had to call the police for a wellness check. I basically was in a high-speed chase with my friends because they were trying to stop me. I got pulled over by a bunch of police officers. I put a blam blam to my head and pulled the trigger. But it jammed. And I had to go to the hospital. And I was on safety watch, for I was on unemployment watch. I tried to unemploy myself. And then from Saturday to Sunday, I was still in the hospital at South Georgia Medical Center in Valdosta, Georgia, where they treat their crisis patients like crap. Where they treat their crisis patients like they're beneath them when they're in a crisis. But we'll get back to that on a later day. But again, South Georgia Medical Center in Valdosta, Georgia, treats their crisis patients like shit. Like shit. Okay? Now, with that being said, I did have a nurse that was really sweet. I did have a couple of safety sitters that were sweet. That actually talked to me and didn't treat me like I was some fucking villain or something. And then Sunday around 4:20, something like that, I was transported to a crisis center in Valdosta, Georgia, Legacy Behavior Health. I was transported there, where I stayed until Tuesday morning around 9:30, where my pops came and picked me up. Let me tell you something. If you don't know what a 1013 is, let me put you on. 1013 is something that a physician puts on you when they feel like you are a danger to yourself and possibly others. A 1013 takes your power away. You have no power anymore. They take all of your power, all of your decision making. They take it. They tell you what to do. They put you in places where you don't want to go. Instead of, having a conversation with you first to see where your head is. So I want to change the way 1013s are done, because when somebody's in a crisis and they're trying to unemploy themselves, it is their power. That's my power. That's my right. I could do that if I want to. And when I'm in a crisis and you telling me what I can and can't do, and you're taking my power away from me, it makes the ideations worse. I don't hear voices or anything like that, but it makes the ideations worse. You know what I'm saying? It makes the unemployment ideations worse, telling me that I have no power and my rights have been taken from me. So I had a very eventful weekend this past weekend, and shout out to my friends, my parents, especially my dad, who and I told him this to his face, where he was, my pops is, if y'all don't know, my pops is my right hand, that's my guy, and during that time, he was not pops, he wasn't my right hand, he was dad, he was my dad, he was being my dad. I've never seen my pops be what's the word? I don't want to say gentle, but he was very calculated in his speech, in the way that he handled me, in the way that the things that he said. He was very calculated and very, very soft-spoken. When it came to this weekend, he was very, very soft-spoken and very calculated in his words. So shout out to my dad, and shout out to my friends who thought I was worth it enough to call somebody to come help me. So now I have to take Lexapro, and I have to go to counseling sessions and whatnot, and people calling me to make sure that I'm okay and things of that nature. I am not okay. I'm not okay. I don't know if I'm ever going to be okay. I wake up mad every day, sad, angry. I cry every day. I've tried to unalive myself 4 times. I've tried to unemploy myself 4 times. And clearly I need to find another hobby because I'm clearly not good at it. Clearly not good at that job or that hobby. So I have to find an outlet, something that's more conducive to my mental health. And what's crazy part is I work in the mental health field, and the place that I went, the crisis center where I went, we sent some of our clients there. Luckily, none of them were there when I was there. But I tell people all the time to make sure they take care of their mental health, and it's probably about time that I listen to myself, take my own advice, and do the same thing. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but I'm still here. Oddly enough, I'm still here. After 4 tries, I'm still here. So be mindful of your friends, especially your strong ones that's always laughing and joking and things of that nature. Be mindful of them, because you never know what they're actually going through. Stay dangerous. It's your friendly neighborhood homie Cage, man. Love.